Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We're talking about your SP and getting the contact that you want, specifically the text message. You know, it doesn't have to be an exact text message, but that one message you're waiting for, that you want to manifest, you want to hear from your specific person. I'm going to talk about that today. The really simple key steps, the only things you need to remember and follow to avoid any confusion or feeling overwhelmed. This is going to really simplify it for you guys, and I'm going to give you some affirmation examples as well. So stay tuned to hear all of that. Before we jump right into my advice and how to manifest the text from your SP. On screen, I will pop some things. If you do want the extra support, if you are really struggling with your SP manifestation, for example, you can coach with me one-on-one, but this does start from the most affordable price of $8.99 a month as an LOA coaching darling, all the way up to the highest coaching package with one-to-one support. So take a look in the description box, pause the video, or click the join button below if you are interested in any of this. So first of all, if you are watching this and you're maybe thinking, but I have very specific circumstances, I have a very specific relationship I'm thinking of, it doesn't have to be a romantic SP, it can be anyone, any specific person, that's all it means. There's no further connotations to that, it's just the phrase that we tend to use, and the one that people struggle with and want the most is the romantic relationship. So most of you guys will be manifesting, an SP for a relationship, being together, but this can apply to anyone, any person that you are manifesting contact from. The first most important thing that you want to keep hold of and focus on and keep trying to do throughout the entire process until you receive the text is to think as if you already have it. Imagine you've already got that text. Think to your thoughts to yourself, confirming this, reaffirming it to yourself throughout the day, telling yourself, it doesn't have to be the exact affirmation like literally every single time SP texted me. It could be something like, oh, I'm so glad we finally booked that date in. I love already having received my apology. I'm so relieved that text is here and that I've received it and now I can move forward. Whatever it might be, any thoughts, any inner conversations you can have, the key goal is always think as if you've already got that text. One method that not everyone connects with, but that I think is really beneficial, and you can try it out, test it out. If you do like visualizing, if you do like meditations, you can visualize the text. I've used visualizing a lot throughout my own manifesting experiences, and it works like a charm. I'm not always in the right mindset or able to have like this clarity and inspiration to really visualize. Maybe like if I'm feeling stressed or anxious, it's harder, so I get it. It doesn't always work perfectly, but the visualizing works because your mind will always bring up an image. It thinks and remembers things in visual form, which is why memories are so powerful. And whatever visual you held on to is what your mind will hold on to, subconsciously in your memory. So your mind will already think in visual form. Even if you were to think of a very specific, detailed, random scene and you couldn't see it fully, or it didn't feel, realistic or something you could easily visualize, something will come up. So it is still a good practice. You can test it out, but a lot of people will enjoy it. So visualizing is really great. Visualize that. I have quite a few different meditations and videos that go into more detail, but something you could do is just looking at your phone or in your mind, imagine seeing that notification. What would it look like? Your SP's name, the short message below, or maybe it's a really long paragraph and then you see the ... to show that it's a longer message, or it could be say, one of 5 messages, whatever it might be. Just visualize literally seeing in your mind as if it's already here on your phone. Of course, with this application, knowing what to do is easy. It's the consistency that matters, where you really do have to put in your willpower and effort. And maybe, instead of sitting down an extra, I'm guilty of this sometimes, sitting down an extra 30 minutes to watch a TV show, take out that extra time and loop your affirmations, because it will work a lot. It will help a lot. You will feel it. You will think differently. You will just feel the effects of the work you're putting in. So yeah, consistency is key. You want to keep repeating the affirmation, keep repeating to yourself that the text message is here, the message has already been received and sent, it's done, you've already got it, right? So the repetition is great, but then you want to make sure you're also not constantly or consistently throughout the day reaffirming the absence. You don't want to keep telling yourself that, when is it going to come in? Okay, I've done my affirmations, but why isn't it here? You are just reaffirming to your mind the old story, meaning the lack. meaning I don't have the manifestation that I want, I don't have the end result, and you're just telling yourself, okay, because if you had already had something, you wouldn't be saying, you know, just logically it makes sense. You wouldn't be telling yourself, why is it not here yet? When is it going to arrive? You know, constantly checking. If SP was your partner right now, let's say boyfriend or girlfriend, you wouldn't be constantly going on their social media, for example, and saying, have they posted a story? Wait, are they online? Are they active? Wait, are they going to message me? You wouldn't think that way. So you have to try and think to yourself, what thoughts would I have? And literally just consciously repeat those thoughts to yourself. Because if you're reaffirming the old story and the lack, then you're just going to continue that experience. You're going to reaffirm the absence. And if you're telling yourself that you have something, and that the reality in this case would be not receiving the message, not receiving communication from your SP, then what do you think your reality will continue to show you? And when you are feeling doubtful and you want to check and you have this urge and impatience and you're feeling a little anxious, or you're overthinking things, when you do feel that doubt, you want to apply your mental diet. That is a key element. So when you've done everything else, you've looped your affirmations, you've set aside time, you've been repeating it to yourself, you haven't checked, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna, get on with my day. I'm just going to assume it's here. I'm going to keep telling myself it's here no matter what. But then the doubt does creep in. You want to apply your mental diet. So that is going to help a lot. It's going to probably remove any form of block or delay or negativity. It's just going to tell your mind even more, I already have this text, I already have this message from my SP. And the more your mind starts to believe that, the more it conforms, and it's literally about to come into your reality. So apply your mental diet. I go into this a lot more in other videos. You don't want to reaffirm the old story and keep telling your mind, it's here, no, it's not here, why is it not here, when is it going to arrive, oh, look, another day of no contact with SP. Be careful of those habits and those thought patterns where automatically your mind might go to worst case scenario, or just reaffirm that you still don't have what you want. It's not helping, so try and be on top of your mental diet. It's all about the mindset of having already received the text message. You've already got the message. You're calm, you're cool, you're collected, you're feeling balanced. Just going about your life, you feel confident. You're like, I wouldn't even question that. The way one of your parents or your best friend might text you, you just wouldn't question it. It's like, well, yeah, they sent me a text, so what? Like, it's very nonchalant. You want to get into that type of mindset, even if it doesn't feel realistic right now. So a couple affirmations, one affirmations in particular that I think really encompasses it and is going to create possibly even more than you would have wanted, more than just that one message, which you can focus on that, but what I wrote down was SP always texts me. So again, it's very similar to what I normally say, which is SP is constantly calling and texting me. But if it's about the one specific message and communication that you want from them, saying, SP is always texting me, what does that imply? Well, it's consistent. It's probably like every single day. You just get loads of messages from them. So it can be, like I said, just the one that you want, the one message, but also you're going to create a really amazing, potentially very consistent result by saying SP is always texting me, or SP can't stop texting me, So it's like this idea of you're just getting flooded with notifications from them. And some of the final points now is that you don't need to control the timing. You don't need to, control or take action to create something specific. You're not in charge of that. Just let it be, let it happen. That's why the quality of your thoughts is so important. Why I always remind you guys, try and be aware of what you're thinking and repeat only the positive, because the timing will happen in its own way. If you're focused on your mindset, you're thinking positively, you're reminding yourself and thinking as if it's already here right now, you don't need to do anything else. You don't need to convince or manipulate or psychologically trick anyone to do anything. You don't need to say any words. You just let it occur. You focused on it with your mindset. You visualized it. You're literally manifesting it, right? That does not usually require any action. So don't try and control the timing and say, oh, by tomorrow it has to be here, or, next week I'll have to reach out to them. You don't have to do anything. So just try and, relax, take a step back, and remember that it's just about your own mindset. Again, with the mental diet and the way you think, don't question why they haven't done it yet. Don't ask yourself or feed into this thought. If it comes up, that's fine. It's not a problem. But don't overanalyze it and spiral and go down that rabbit hole of thinking, well, why isn't it here yet? Let me check on them. That's not going to end well. Just essentially assume that it's on its way to you right now. You've manifested it. It's done. You've been working on it. You've been saturating your mind. You've been telling yourself this is what's going to happen, and as the creator of your reality, it's done. This is the way it has to be. So try not to question or doubt it or panic over anything, because it's not necessary. You can totally enjoy this process. So try and get more into that mindset and keep applying consistency. And yeah, that pretty much summarizes it. So if you guys found this video useful, please do thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on that notification bell. It would help me out a lot, and it would make it a lot easier for you guys to see all my new content. You'd be one of the first people to see everything I post, all my updates. And yeah, it's obviously free, so why not? And that's the end of today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you next time. Bye.